Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy September. We hope you're feeling good. These are really interesting energies. What do we say? We've been,
Bounced around.
and Michael said, I've been tenderized. You know how the meat tenderizer,
It's been pretty. It's bound pounding. It's like pounding, and you just kind of keep taking it. You keep kind of taking it. You keep taking it, and then you kind of get through the other side, and you're like, there's some tenderness here, some kind of compassion for yourself, and in a larger awareness of that. It's like, who's feeling this tenderness towards me? I am, right? But it's like around you. So I just want all of you to recognize that we're kind of going through some really challenging energies, right? Some really pounding energies, and to be compassionate with yourselves. We were talking about that this morning, and some of the things that were coming up for me is this Lion's Gate portal that we opened up, Lion's Gate, right? How many influences do you see in our collective, in our different Egypt and the lions, Rome and the lions, Greek and the lions, so many different lions and energy that's coming in. But it has to do a lot with the Syrian energy, the blue energy and blue beings, and that Christed energy that they hold for the planet, and that we are a part of that collective. So we are moving this month. I think there's a lot of energy, like a second awakening or a big wave of awakening energy that's coming through this Lion's Gate. And that's a collective energy. It's at the collective, but we're also energetically or frequentially being vibrated at our physical level, our emotional level, our mental level, these awakening energies. For those of you that are aware of them and awake of them, you're navigating them much more, but you may be seeing your family, you may be seeing your coworkers, you may be seeing people that are not awake, that are feeling outwardly their relationships are very trying. They're frustrated, they're angry, there's like a rage, anger, but these are all awakening opportunities for them to look at the paradigm that they're in, to look at the system that they're in, look at the thoughts that are around their finances, around their home, around education, around their relationships, around their business, all these things that we as a collective hold true are being challenged. And inside of you, there's a knowing that they're not an enlightened civilization way of being. You may not know it at a subconscious level, but that's what's coming. That's what surfing is, to the conscious level. It's not okay for you anymore to live that way. It's not okay to be in this system anymore. And this frequency that's coming out is just shaking and rocking everybody. And and you're second wave of kind of, not a second wave, I don't know, it's just wave after wave of awakening, it feels like, right? But that's one of the things that is coming up for me. Is there anything else around that, honey, that you wanted to say?
No, and I feel like there's two things going on. Is one, Pundaji, and those of you that have done work with Pundaji, or even us, because we're so connected to Pundaji and we're in his programs, we're in this 9-day window of Ganesh. And they are doing 100,000 bananas to Ganesh. And literally the links, because where it's happening is in Varanasi, India, and it's about 9.5 hours ahead of us. And in the time difference. So it's happening while we're sleeping, and we're in it. So we're all in it, meaning if we're in it, you're in it, right? And these pundits, they have London pundits, and they cut up these bananas and they do these offering, and it's really powerful. And the first day, and I'll read you and so we're in this arc of energy, and the first day of it was success, power, abundance, and attainment. And then yesterday was courage, strength.
Last night, yeah.
Last night was courage, strength, victory, and confidence, and being brave, right? And tomorrow, then tonight we'll go into get ridding fear and weakness. So we're clearing these energies, not only for us, but for all, right? And this is a Hindu ceremony. So there's people all over the planet doing these ceremonies. And Ganesh is really pretty potent energy. And in that, when you do that work, shit comes up. I mean, it's like, it stirs it up. So we're in the stirring up these things to receive then and bestow the blessings upon us. So I would be just an awareness if you feel a little like rocked. I've had a lot of people text me and say, hey, what's going on? And we're, like Michael said, feeling tenderized. The other thing that spirit keeps showing me
Can I
is,
say something about that real
yeah.
quick? When we follow different cultures where we have access to different perspectives on energy, and why do we follow, or why are we interested in what the Hindus are doing, right?
Yes.
We're over here in the West. We could say we're kind of a mindset of Atlantean kind of energy, and the Hindus are a different frequency. So when their energy, they're activating energy. All their celebrations are about activating energies. It's a galactic grid that they're tying into, that they're activating at the planetary level through each of us in our lives, in our systems, in our thing. So what is the Hindu overall? It's about enlightenment. It's about moksha. It's about freedom. It's about breaking out of the reincarnation cycle. But it's about activating your light body. What is your light body? Light body is Tantra. Tantra is the fastest way is Kundalini. Kundalini is the energy of Divine Mother. It's the energy that we all have, that we're all awakening in. And when you awaken Kundalini, your life changes. It changes fast. So fire ceremonies while you do that. And when you start to, everything's personified in archetypes, galactic archetypes. What's Ganesha? Ganesha is the frequency of the root chakra. So what are we clearing? Fears, collective fears, individual fears. We're offering these bananas, which stand for these different,
Bananas represent sweetness, yellow, joy. I mean, they're sustenance. They're very, very powerful. There's a whole thing they've written on what bananas represent to Ganesh. It's beautiful. So eat some bananas this week, maybe.
But bananas also is the yellow frequency. It's the frequency of your solar plexus. What's the frequency of your solar plexus? Power. How many people have a great relationship with power?
Look around.
Do you want power? Do you know who wants power, right? Do you have humility when you have power? Like, there's so many people. I don't want power because, well, I may misuse it, right? It's all in the collective that's coming up to be empowered, but from a place of clearing, a place of no fear. The fear is not in there, right? So all these things are happening. So I just wanted to share why Ganesha is so important, because Ganesha is the root chakra, it's the petals. So we're opening the lotus petals of our individual tantric or what do we call it? Kundalini, or or chakra system or light body system. So anyway, I just want to share why we're doing that.
Thank you. The other thing that Spirit keeps showing me is the awareness of our words and what we are creating very quickly through our words. And one of the ways, the lower frequencies can really get in, and I think we'll be doing this, is in spiritual communities, in places where there's a lot of light. And for me this week, it was about gossip, where I could feel some people talking about me. And usually I would deny it and say, you're crazy, you're making this up, you're being paranoid. And I really sat with it, and not to make it wrong. And these are people that I think are very pure and loving and kind. I don't think they meant anything negative towards me at all, but there was a lot of judgment. And I was like, wow, where is this for me? And I heard, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, which was the words of Christ. And sometimes we do things that we don't realize what we're doing. And it can be as simple as trying to make conversation with somebody, right? You're trying to find a subject, so you talk about somebody else. Or you had an experience and you just need to vent. So, you really don't know what's on the other side of that experience for the other person or what the truth may be. So for me, I mean, I do it too, so I'm not immune at all. I mean, I find myself, and I'm really trying to catch myself, is where do I talk about somebody? Where do I talk about a situation or judge it? Where do I separate myself and make somebody wrong? They did it this way, I would do it this way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't do this. So I think in our spiritual, we're all in the forefront here. We've got to be really careful with what we're doing and how we're putting out, because it's a great way to get grabbed. And the other people can feel it. I mean, I think we're all awake on some level. We all have intuitive senses. And if you're feeling something coming at you, the chances are it's really happening. And for me, it wasn't make it wrong or get angry. I mean, at first I was like, what is this? And I asked several times, my kind of rules 3 times. But I asked for spirit to come and ease it, to bless it, to bring it understanding, to bring it compassion, so I didn't have to be at odds with people I love, right? Or maybe they didn't really mean to talk about me. They just were having a conversation. And to me, if you need to vent, and look, I love to vent, ask Michael, but I'll say, I need to vent. I'm going to put it in a bubble in a container. It's not meant to hurt or anybody, judge any me. It's like this bubble, and I'm going to just blah, blah, blah in this bubble and then transmute it. So find some tools for yourself that you can do that, because I think we're all getting slammed full on. And I think it's going to get louder, and I think it's going to get more and more intense. We're moving into the eclipses, and I feel like, I'm not an astrologer, but they're all saying it, there's a lot of psychic and people getting information. So that's one thing. And if it really feels really intense for you, someone's like really coming at you. One is we can always put ourselves in a beautiful bubble and send them love. And sometimes it's hard to do if you're triggered. And this sounds really childish, and I've shared this with a few of you, is I will, if I know the other person is coming at me, I write their name on a piece of paper and I put it in like a Ziploc container or a container, a jar or something, and I put it in the freezer. And I say to spirit, I really want them to chill out and to quit coming at me. And there were times in my life when my kids would open the freezer and be like, Mom, who are all these people in the freezer? I was working in corporate world, and I had my boss in there and my coworkers in there and the babysit, whoever was in there. And I'd be like, they all need to chill
Get
out.
all of humanity in there.
And sometimes I put my kids in there, like, they need to chill out, spirit, help me out here. So, sometimes we need to do something playful or as simple as that, just to kind of go, okay, maybe I'm getting support. But my experience from doing that, it worked. And it did it in a way of not to cause anybody harm or karma or for me to try to, go back into it. It was like I was asking to be chilled out too, because I was triggered, right? So I just offer that as really, whether it's gossip, whether it's judgment or anger or whatever these weird energies are right now, going back to what Michael said, is that is the lower chakra that we're transmuting. And the more we can do it, the more we hold that kind of portal of love open for the rest of humanity to step through, and our children to step through, and their children to step through, right? So, and our parents to step through. So,
Well, what I love about the conversation is when we look at it from kind of an energy standpoint, because that's what she's speaking of. Energetically, we're all navigating our energetic selves. That's what's coming online, right? The light body, the energy, the prana, the life force. And this practice of gossip, right? I don't like,
yeah, Michael's great. Yeah, I think
I
we
don't
learned
like to talk about other people, but I notice if I do, if I keep it inside, it just churns inside of me. And it's like, I got to get it out. It's like, it's like a poison, right? It's like a resentment or whatever. It's just a poison when it keeps going in that mental body. So how do you vent, right? How do you get it out? Have a conversation with somebody and not gossip, right? Because I'm aware that the energy of the frequency that I'm gossiping about is going there and can be felt, and it's also coming back to me. It's not just innocently going there. It's actually harming myself. So I'm like, okay, how did we be in this? That's the challenge, how to be in a place of venting to be able to get it out and not hurting yourself and hurting other people. Right. And so it's usually, it's not them that's doing it, is the thing. It's you that's feeling it. So I'm the one that's I'm feeling this way about somebody. It's not them doing it. They're doing this, they're doing that. It's like, oh, I'm feeling that over there, and I don't like it. What am I going to do about it, right? So there's that level of ownership of the frequency is part of who you are, and you're learning how to navigate the system. And then what you can decide to do. Do I want to send love back, like the masters of the Far East? I remember there was a teaching in there where Jesus and the hordes of the bar were coming to attack the villagers, and he would stand on a cliff and he'd send it all back to them, and they'd all attack each other, right? I'm like, really? Is that the masters of the Far East? they're all attacking each other, killing each other. I'm like, okay, well, we could do that, but maybe there's other options than sending back their energy to them and having them, feel it. Right? You got to decide on what that is.
Yeah.
So. And the other thing I just wanted to say is the discernment between what's an assessment, pros and cons, rational, facts, and what's a judgment. The judgment is, I like it, I don't like it. It's the emotional thing you put on
And the
top
shoulds,
of it.
the should, right?
And most of us judge ourselves, and we don't even know we're judging ourselves. We're always beating ourselves up with judgments. So you got to look at yourself and the judgments that you're beating yourself up with to stop judging other people. Because you're really you're judging yourself. So you need to discern whether it's an assessment or you've moved into judgment, and it happens so fast. You're not even aware of it because it's just a pattern. You kind of have to slow it down and look at it. Why am I triggered? What's the charge? What's going on here? Anyway.
So to wrap it up, I feel like we're, as a collective, transmuting that energy and those frequencies. And that the spark that Spirit showed me too was in ancient Lemuria, in the New Earth, none of that exists. It's flow, it's harmony, it's beauty, it's like nectar. So we're getting there. It's just kind of bumpy. We're human, and we incarnated now to transmute it. So here we are. So anyway, so good. I just would say, just be in the inquiry of that. And if you are feeling a lot of that, you're not alone. And thanks for all being in it together. And it's so great to do this work with people you love and you respect, versus people you don't know, right? So
we're all gathered on this call this morning because at some level, maybe not at this individual third dimensional level, but at some higher level, we're a collective. We're a group consciousness. And we've come together to awaken to that, right? We do the meditation. In the meditation, we may talk about activating the pranic body and moving energies. And there's a level of, in doing that, there's an awareness of our collective consciousness. Some people call it the Magdalene. Some people call it the Aurora consciousness. Some people call it Archangel Michael. So there's all kinds of different galactic archetypes that we could say that we are a part of, and we're activating as we go into the, as we do these things together. So just to be aware of, we're resonant beings. Humans are resonant. That's our secret power. We can resonate with anything. We can resonate with higher frequencies, we can resonate with lower frequencies, and we got to choose the higher frequencies. And when we choose to do this collective work together, we're bringing in those energies. And when we bring them in, we're resonating with them, and they're activating the DNA, and the DNA starts to vibrate and do the transformation. And so that's what's happening. And when we start to bring this collective energy work together. So
Yeah.
let's go. Anything else?
Yeah. 1023. Just real quick. The Andaras are on sale for the equinox. There's a bunch more I'll be putting up on the website over the next week. If you want them for the equinox, order by the 17th. If not, they'll go in a grid and we'll send them to you after. We also added a retreat, a 1-day retreat in December. We know it's the holiday time. It's Thanksgiving's really late this year. So we just did a Saturday retreat, and we're going to really do a lot of meditation and silence. And we made it, very like I think it's 144 for the whole day. We made it also approachable from a cost standpoint because we know it's holiday time. If people are going to come in from out of town, we'll happy to add a Friday night meditation that we won't charge, won't be any cost, but that, just let us know. So that's up now on the website too for in December, that first weekend of December, which is a really good as we move into the kind of the Christ consciousness energy. So, and the fall retreat and our field trip, please look at those. We still have spots left for those for the fall equinox. Going to be good activations, really good, yummy activation.
There's a lot of new energies coming in. That's what we're clearing right now, so that those new energies through the can land through that equinox.
Yeah.
A lot of grounding energies, but they're high frequency energies as well. So we're grounding high frequency energy. That's what I'm getting. Okay.
All right. Just make sure you're all muted.
Yeah.
Go in.
And just close your eyes. Be present to your lungs, to your chest, your shoulders. Know that your shoulders are relaxed. You may even want to like shrug them, pick them up, pull them back, down. It's like you're activating the back of your wings around your heart, opening your spine, feeling your spine, taking all that energy down into your root, opening your root chakra. And just begin to breathe. I'm going to ask you to breathe simultaneously here from your root chakra, like you're breathing energy up from Mother Earth with the in-breath. And exhaling down through Mother Earth. But simultaneously, as you're breathing in from Mother Earth, you're also breathing in through your heart space. So breathing in, holding in the heart and the root, and then exhaling from your heart out into your auric field and from your root down into Mother Earth, and exhale. We're going to do that again, just to kind of synchronize heart and root. Breathing in. Flow of prana, life force, bringing up from Mother Earth into the root, from source in your heart, and then exhaling out into your auric field and down into Mother Earth. One more time, just to kind of ground. Breathing in. Hold. And as we hold, we're charging, but I want you to feel your heart. Just feel your heart. What's charging in your heart? And exhaling. Presence your spine now. And begin to breathe through your spine. How do you do that? Well, one way is to breathe the energy up through Mother Earth, through your root, into your spine. Another way is to breathe in through the heart space, through the source space within your heart, into your spine. And another way is to breathe from your crown. It's almost like you're pulling energy down. So see that all three are open for you now. Take a second or a couple breaths here just to see that they're all open. You may not feel your crown is fully open just yet, but the heart center, as you breathe through the heart, it activates the crown. Activates all your chakras, actually, but we've kind of got this life force or pranic energy coming in through different spaces, and we're kind of aware of them all. We're bringing it in through the source point in our heart, and we're also bringing it down from above and bringing it up from beneath. And we're charging the crown, the root, and the heart. And you can exhale them out however way you feel. We're just really in the process of charging right now. Okay, now we're going to focus at the heart. Breathing in and holding. And then when you charge, you're going to simultaneously send energy up through your crown and out and down to your root, both to your spinal column, and exhale. It's almost like you're pushing it out through a straw. You're clearing your antakarana. Breathing into your heart. Hold, liquid light. Plasmic celio consciousness, and then exhaling. And pushing it out through your spine. Like you're pushing energy through, plasma through a toothpaste tube. One more time into your heart. Breathing in. Hold. Heart field is now fully vibrant now. You may feel all three spheres of your heart opening and then exhaling. And stay now aware of your root chakra charge and your crown chakra charge. Just feel them as balls of light, charged spheres, charged spheres. Your heart is like the connector. Your spine is the dumbbell. You got this dumbbell at your root, one end of the dumbbell at the root, another end of the dumbbell at the crown. And your heart is the connector. Your spine is the connector. And their dumbbells charging. Good. And what we want to do now is we just want to breathe with the awareness of as if the dumbbell, the connector, the whole spine. Can you feel yourself breathing prana, life force, just through your spine? Breathing it in. Holding at the spine. And then exhaling it out into the chakras. The crown and the root are like containers. You can actually see them as they start to morph from spheres into lotus. You may start to envision that there's a lotus pad beneath your root chakra that you're sitting on and a lotus pad at your crown. The one to the crown, kind of like there's two aspects to that lotus. One that goes downwards and kind of connects with the lotus at the root. So you're kind of enveloped in this big lotus cocoon. And then there's an aspect of the lotus above that connects to your higher frequencies, your higher self. And then there's the lotus below that connects down into Mother Earth. You can almost feel those lotuses They may feel like a tingling of them. You may feel the vibrations of the energies of Mother Earth coming up through and into your light body. And energy coming down through your crown. And they're both just filtering in as if you're in the cocoon of the lotus cocoon. All the lotus petals around you, surrounding you, are becoming vibrant, filled with light. But beyond the light, beyond the energy, there's like a consciousness there. So if you're being held by Mother, Divine Mother. You're just breathing in that energy and soaking it in, this high vibrational plasmic energy, into your auric field, contained by your lotus cocoon. And letting it filter in through all your subtle bodies. Physical body, emotional body, astral body, higher mental body, causal body, spiritual bodies. And you're being charged up right now. You just feel yourself kind of being charged up. And what you want to do is you want to kind of ground in your spine. Move the energy, feel the energy circulating through your spine. We're going to do a little bit of what we call an activation of one of the currents within your Sushumna channel. It's called the Brahma Nadi. We're going to activate the Brahma Nadi. And just see it or feel it as a thread of silver light that you can breathe through. This is pure light, actually a pure consciousness. When you breathe through the Brahma Nadi, you don't need air. You can breathe in any medium. You can breathe underwater. You can breathe in space. It's not of this world. And notice as you breathe and become aware of this current within your spinal and within your Sushumna channel, your light body, your Kundalini. Just become aware what happens to your light body, to your chakras, to your auric field, to your energy. And as you do that, the energy of the Brahma begins to strengthen and lighten and expand and straighten. It like punches through the crown. It punches below or beneath the root. And it establishes itself as a magnetic, electromagnetic consciousness that you are, that you have access to. Just take a second here just to feel what the Brahmanadi consciousness feels like for you. Maybe a new energy you're not fully accustomed to yet. Maybe an old friend. Maybe start to feel it beginning to move, undulate through your spine. And see it at the center of your lotus petals, above your head and below your root. Just see the Brahmanadi interacting. How does it interact for you? Is it pulsing light? Is it extending filaments, tendrils of consciousness? Is it filling the petals with vibrancy and life force? Is it filling your whole being with life force? And you are aware of your physical location on the Earth grid, on the circumference or the surface of Mother Earth. See if you can, instead of looking within your physical light body, see if you can, from a place where you're looking at, expand your awareness outside so that you're looking at your light body. You may be looking with your inner eye or looking with your senses, like you're sensing it. What kind of picture are you getting? Is your auric field full? Are you shaped like a beautiful cocoon? Do you feel or sense the crown, the heart, the root, sacral, the solar plexus, the throat, the pineal? Are they all alive to you? Maybe you see a rainbow light moving through the cocoon. Maybe you just see a plasmic solar light. Do you see yourself connected to the earth grid, the crystalline earth grid? And as you sense that earth grid, can you expand your awareness so that you're moving through it? It's like a electromagnetic rail system. You can just travel anywhere you want, or you can teleport from one node to the next. And from this place of presencing the frequency of the Brahmanadi energy, can you sense other beings on this grid that have the Brahmanadi energy activated? Can you notice other people of your soul group shining with the Brahmanadi energies? Good. You may notice that the grid, you've moved your awareness to a higher grid, and your crown chakra responded and connected to that grid. And activating the Brahmanadi within you and connecting, bridging with other Brahmanadi, we connected a higher mental plane template morphogenic field at the crown chakra level for Mother Earth and for humanity. And let's begin to breathe through the crown. There's also this grid at the crown level. See if you can notice that grid surrounding Mother Earth. It's like kind of outside of Mother Earth. Again, you could think of it as a lotus pattern or sacred geometry grid around Mother Earth. And allow your awareness to travel that higher mind grid. Just we're kind of allowing this higher mind morphogenetic field for humanity to illuminate more. And as it illuminates, it creates an electromagnetic sphere that we're charging. To see it, one of the best way to see it is maybe you travel it around the equator and then you travel it around the North and South poles, coming back to your origin spot. Just seeing full and light, fully vibrant, and connected to all of the Brahma Nadi activated souls in our soul group. And now from this place of awareness, we're aware of both the grid from our root chakra. It's entering into this core of Mother Earth. And the higher mind grid above Mother Earth and around Mother Earth. And at the surface, we're bridging them both. You just allow that to equalize here for a second. And be that conduit for the movement of energies through you.
And as these energies are moving through you, you feel the golden light moving through you, your chakras, the earth, the grid. And with each breath, it becomes brighter. And with each breath, it becomes lighter, dissolving those lower frequencies, dissolving any discord. And in front of you, there is a golden ball of light moving towards you. And as it gets closer to you, you see Lord Ganesha, filled with light, joy, strength, laughter, courage, play. Invite him in to be with you. He has multiplied himself all over this grid, inside the earth, outside the earth, and through the lines in between. And watch as his arms cut away anything that no longer serves. And with each breath, you liberate yourself, you liberate humanity, you liberate the earth. Allow the energies to fall away that no longer are in harmony and resonance with these new frequencies. And as you continue to breathe, he will show you your work. He is here to serve. He may be working on your body or your energy field. He may be working in your community or your business. He may be working on a continent or the entire earth. Just spend a few moments merging with these energies as you learn and receive these blessings and downloads. Feel the expansion in your heart. Release the sadness and the doubt. Your tears are sacred. For they transmute all. Allow it all to flow. Continuing to release as you breathe. Just gently allowing these things to drop away. Your higher self, your soul, is doing all this work. For he is only here to serve you. And as you continue to breathe, you begin to feel lighter, more expanded, joy, laughter, play, movement. He may want you to spin as you dance, moving the energy, weaving, creating vortexes of light and beauty and expansion. Within yourself, for your families, for your community, for your missions, for the collective. Feel the energy coming up through your root, moving through your body, expanding out, activating your chakras in light, joy, play. Take these beautiful vortices of light you've created and intentionally put them where you may serve. Whether it be to heal your physical body, a situation, the oceans, the cosmos, wherever you're called. And as you do this, it becomes stronger. And you feel the strength within you. These vortices of light connect us to the higher dimensional reality of ourselves, the earth, the cosmos, the great central sun. And collectively, you are holding a grid, a bridge. For all souls to experience this light. You are untouchable. You are the master creators of the divine universe. And Ganesha is here to remind you And with the last few deep breaths in the meditation, Ganesha places a gift in your hands. You may hold this gift to your heart in gratitude and love and appreciation for the work he's done with you, for the work you've done for yourself, for the work you've done with each other, and the work you've done for the collective. And as you pull your energy in to the golden egg in which you live, reside, breathe, you slowly become aware of your physical body, the breath in your lungs, the beating of your heart, the sensation in your toes and your hands, wings on your back, and you integrate this light into your physical matter. And in deep reverence, in divine service, you bow your head in gratitude. Namaste.
Jai Shri Ganesha.
Mm.
Jai Shri Ganesha. Jai Shri Ganesha.
When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Enjoy the light, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful work.
The gift that Ganesha gave you, if you take it and you put it in your root chakra and play with it, see what opens up for you this week.
Mm. Thank you so much for those that join us every week. We're really grateful to be here.